That one back. All right, Lee, what you up to, buddy?
Coming over here to help get this bad boy finished up and out of here.
Yeah, man.
Brother Earl needs a little bit of help. Here I come to save the day. Yeah. After a fun-filled day at the other office, I'm here.
Nice weather we had, huh?
Oh, I tell you what, it is great weather if you're a duck. Which I guess the duck man will get a kick out of that.
Yeah, no fun. Okay, everybody, Glenn is getting his Spectre Master Yellow, or AKA Diamond Green. What we're doing tonight as a wrap-up, because we lost the whole week due to inclement weather and processing that Ford, where we have to get that truck to paint is ASAP. So what we're doing is we're going to burn a little bit of midnight oil tonight, and Lee is graciously was able to spend just a little bit of time with us, and you're going to see us put the we're going to put the hood on, and we're going to detail some work out. So I mixed him up a little bit of activated base. Alrighty, I don't know how much of that got in the camera, but we'll get a shot.
Shit. Oh, I saved another spot.
He's here.
Blow by's gone. Good deal there. Alright. I have got this back roll to a certain degree. How
That's
much
fine.
is that good? Kind of fine line right on that roll. We want it to look right. And I realize that there's a piece going in here and yada yada yada, but
Yada yada.
yeah. But here at Classic Car Creations, we do things that people don't even see. Said she I got the blow-by off, which is such a rare occurrence to have here.
Well, it's not even blow-by. It was just like a little bit of a dust, you know. But hey, for what I did for a panel paint and how much we hammered this car, holy crap, dude.
Yeah. This car has seen things that we can't discuss.
Nope.
So scary. Will hurt feelings and babies will cry. I tell you what, when Duckman gets his bad boy put together, I would love to get a chance to drive it. So what's funny is, see this, Lee? This is something we made early last year, right? My angles are very bad tonight, so anyway. This is something we made last year in order to put the windshield frame in, right? The problem we had was this curve here and that curve weren't the same. And what we did This was 72, that was 67.
right?
Yeah.
It's an any car. Well, anyway, what happened is we had it cut and re-weld all of these areas. So after we did that, then we still had an issue because this was raked back further than that. So the windshield, we couldn't figure out what was going on. So when we put this in, they grab that.
Let me grab this.
So when we put this in, we couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong. What we found out was this area was raked back more, so we had to bring that up. So we had to look it from the top down to get this forward. So this here is we put FiberTech in it and we loaded it up to get it to where we needed to. It's a good product.
Okay, that's a nice look.
Isn't it slick?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him this template.
I'll tell you what, when we first started on this, I would almost bet against ever putting glass in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look at her now. Oh, that thing's on me?
So not no more.
Probably a window tint.
Yeah, you're good now.
I don't know about that.
Advertising for Jags, by the way.
Yeah. Product placement here.
Yeah.
I don't believe I'll be bitching and moaning about that.
So we're at the point we unwrapped the hood, and then we took our time and threaded and chased the threads on the hinge area where the bolt goes through to hold the hinge underneath the dash area. So we chased that with a metric, and then we have the shoulder bolts. We cleaned all those up and we put the hinges on just now. I'm sorry we didn't shoot the footage for that, but they're on there. And we're going to get ready to place the hood on. We'll show that in the time lapse. What we're going to be doing with the doors, I want to show you what we're doing with these doors. You let me know when you're ready and you got me in the view.
All right, I got you in the view.
Some of you, anyway.
All right. So you got me in the view? Okay. So Lee...
You look just like a bracket, though.
Who?
You look like a bracket. I can see you through it.
Oh, that stupid thing. I don't know why they have that. Anyway, okay. Here's where we're at. Passenger side door, everybody. Here's the lowdown on this. We got this pretty much where we wanted it when we did the bodywork and everything. Profile is good, and we did the profile as best as we could. Thing is, when you paint a car, you're adding a lot of millage. And what happens is it takes up our clearances that we had all the way through here. Well, we have good clearances all the way here until we get to this curb point. This is a very tricky area on this particular car. So when we close it, you close to the point of flush. It's not hitting it. We can slide a piece of paper in there so it's not binding the paint. But if you go beyond that, then it bounces. So what only thing we can do is he's got to load the door with the door seals and then carefully close the doors with the door seals in place without the latch and make sure it just rides a little bit out. And if it does, it'll be fine. There's no issues. It happens when you do custom builds. We've done everything we could to get the car right, and anything moving, anything more with that area, it's just too much. We have to break everything.
Well, everybody's got to understand, too, the whole hinge setup that's on here is not a VW setup.
The hinge setup on this car is very cumbersome. Would that be a good term?
Tricky
Tricky
is a good word.
It has one way to go on the car, and now we're putting the hood hinges on, but in order to get these to adjust right, and you got to get your meat hooks down into the area where the hinge is, you got to pull the hood and the hinges. That's why the hood never made it on the car. Tonight we're putting the hood on the car, and these doors are fine, guys. There's nothing wrong with them. They're fine. It's just a matter of, if you're picky about this, then you're going to add 5,000 shim here and a 5,000 shim here and just scooch it a little bit. That little bit of 5,000ths is all you need. But unfortunately, that's the way these hinges are designed. You have to completely take the door open and then scooch her out this way, like this. It's kind of a funky thing I'm doing right there. It's like a dance. Yeah. Anyway, but that's how they go. Because you can't do any other adjustment any other way. You can probably pull these loose here if you were getting into there and then put a shim in. The reason why we're going to call this good, he's got to load the door, and it's going to change the dimensions of everything. So when he puts the regulator, the window mechanism in,
it's going to cause the door to drop back anyway a little bit.
All the time that we do these cars and all the 40-plus years of building cars, they always change. So we always go back in. You remember the Christine stuff we did, right, Lee?
I remember
you line it up, and then you load the door, and everything just starts doing this.
I remember when we had to take a Dremel to $1 million car.
Yeah. So when you do that, you might as well re-shim it when you're loaded. So unfortunately, it's going to possibly have to come back off. Deck lid's going to be fine. Hood is going to be fine. You hit them where they lie, and then you make the rubbers fit this car. You can't make the car fit the rubber. You'll break the work, because rubber trumps metal. That's an old saying in this shop. What we do to negate that is you squeeze it in there and you form it, and then you put dielectric grease on it. When you put it on there, it'll give it a nice squishy effect, and it'll mush into it, and then it'll have a memory after a little while.
I gotta say, as long as I've known you, I've never seen us break bodywork with rubber.
I did that back in 2005 on a Tri-5.
I do know what happens.
I got an aftermarket seal that wasn't a hollow core rubber trunk seal. And if you do not have one of those on those cars, you will bounce the deck lid on the deck panel, and they are junk. Yeah. And they're garbage. So you throw them in the garbage, you go get a Danchuck one that's nice and squishy soft, and then it'll do. Look what we did with the Christine cars, the rubber seals we got for the doors. We actually had to go in and tear.
I remember sitting at the grinding wheel
and go a little bit at a time to grind that rubber seal back so it wouldn't bounce the door. Because when we did on Dave's car, it bounced the door so hard it actually took the striker and moved the striker, and we had the striker locked down on that pillar so tight, and it still moved it. That's how strong rubber is over metal. And plus, with this particular car, this is a weak area on this car, so if you bounce the door or you're trying to do something with it, it's possible this could break the work again.
It's a weak area with all the meat and potatoes. Well, that's where the hinges are.
Because the way the hinges are designed onto this car, and the way I'm not a technical person with this. I just know we broke the work trying to get to adjust. And now we fixed the work, and it's held very well. It's just a matter of everyone's susceptible to something stupid to happen. So we're good. This is fine. Let's go to the other side, Lee.
Check that out, though.
Mm-hmm. Lee has this kind of clothed up first, because we're going to get ready to put the hood on.
Trading paint sucks.
We don't trade paint here.
Never.
So, okay, driver's side door is nice. you can load it and she'll go in alignment. So I load this down and I go into alignment. Now, the only thing is, this needs 5 thousandths out and 5 thousandths out. She needs to be scooched forward 5 thousandths, and she's perfect. But we're at that point again. When you load the door, you're going to readjust them a little bit, but we're good.
And the VW has never been perfect.
No, but this is sweet.
Yeah,
this is really sweet.
This thing lines up better.
So all we need to do, it's not an up and down relationship, it's a back and forth relationship on these doors. That's it. So we take away here, we gain more here. And then on the other one, you want to add more and then take away from here because we got plenty. But as a hand-built car, man, that's pretty impressive. You know what I mean? Between Glenn's work and then our work here, I think we got a good combination. The car's going to live a good life. But at least when it goes back to home, Glenn will have paint. He'll have all kinds of goodies and stuff. And this color is a very easy color to work with. So that is a blessing anyway, because I don't know if she'll ever make her way back down here unless he's on a cruise or an event or something with a VW club. Other than that, we're 550 away, you know what I mean? So, but that's where we're at.
Okay. She's been around for a while and she has made a total transformation, and I want to see it put together, but I would love to drive this one.
I know, it's really cool. She's really cool.
It would almost be worth a road trip to say, all right, I'm driving up here.
Yeah.
I'll let your ducks bite me again and let me drive it.
Right.
But we'll see how she goes. They said she's just a sweet looking rig all the way around. And I'm a VW nut anyway, and this to me makes me want another one.
Okay, we're at the back of the car, and Ray and Kevin aligned the deck lid for me. I was having a little bit of trouble when we were doing assembly on it in a video a couple months back, but they were able to get this thing just beautiful. So this is impressive. This we got a nib here. Can you do a nib? Just like a nib? Okay. All right. No problem. Oh, I'm sorry. All righty. So where we're at with her, the hood fits really nice. It fits as when we body worked her. We had to clearance this hood over because she never sat right here. She is a little bit tight here. But if Glenn has to take the hood off to get to the door hinges, well, he can actually just take that hinge and just scooch her just a hair, but it clears.
I've never seen a VW
Isn't that nice?
Ever close like it does.
That's pretty freaking sweet.
This closes like a 57 Chevy.
Yeah, it closes good. The only gaps we got are a little bit down by the headlight buckets, but this side's a little tighter than this side, but that side, they both clear it perfectly here. So that's what she looks like with the hood on. I think that's pretty damn good, dude.
That's beautiful.
We couldn't get this any better.
Look at the gap. Just
yeah.
From here to here and across the way. I have never. Again, every VW I've ever seen, you have to wrestle the hood.
Yeah, we run a hair tight here. There's a point where the hood's coming up and then it rides right away from it. So there's just one point. It gets tight, but it's not paper tight.
It's scary to see it,
but it clears fine. And I remember when Ray was doing this, he clearanced it and we worked it to death. So we put the shouldered bolts into the hinges up in here and we tighten them down. We do have, this is the only hinge that has a scooch marks in it to move this hood over, because if we didn't, it was never going to clear.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Like I said, when it settles down into its little...
Yeah, it's got to settle.
That's beautiful.
I think so.
That your Duckman's going to be unbelievable when he closes that.
Yeah, she's a pretty car, dude. This is a pretty fucking car.
Providing the latch cooperates.
Right.
But yeah, I've never seen one that you didn't have to wall her down on the way down.
Go ahead and open that bad boy up and close her. What are you thinking, sir?
I'm thinking it opens and closes like a classic car.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You're not waddling it back and forth. It's just happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stunning as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what anybody else thinks or if anybody else's own V-dubs, but I said mine, you always, and every one I've ever seen, you always had to kind of rush
Yeah.
into the latch. Steadiness of this hood is stupid. Even though you're holding it, this hood should be wobbling and whapping all over the place.
Nice, isn't it?
It opens and closes like a 57 Chevy.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's honest.
Never seen a VW do that.
This one's tracking good.
This thing's just happy.
What's funny, Lee? You ready for this?
What?
What was the first video we did? We did a teardown video together. Remember taking all the parts off? And here we are at the end of this video, putting the hood back on. I found that kind of ironic. I didn't even think about that until now, actually.
That is ironic.
It is. Irony can be pretty ironic.
It's crazy, I tell you.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for your time. I really appreciate it. Lee, thank you.
You guys all have a good weekend.
Yeah. And Eleanor is
Get ready to say bye.
ready to say goodbye.
It's always bittersweet. But I tell you what, there ain't nothing like seeing them go by.
Yeah, go home.
You miss them.
Yeah, true.
They all turn into babies.
Yeah.
She's
good.
pretty.
Pretty car.
Yep.
Everyone, thank you for your time. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.